You're watching Mugen TV RPG Haven. Experience a fantasy like no other.
Hey guys, it's Mugalore here, and I'm back again with another video, and we're going to continue with our update with Final Fantasy VII Remake because Tokyo Game Show had revealed a lot more information and also some gameplay footage to Final Fantasy VII Remake. And as I said before, this is the most anticipated game for this generation, you know, for me as far as I'm concerned. I've been just waiting and been dying for a remake to one of my favorite Final Fantasies of all time, and it's finally here. It's finally approaching. It's coming in March, my birthday month, so I'm super excited. But as we continue, it seems as though that they did start us off with a trailer revealing, you know, the Shimmer side and the impact that Shimmer has on Midgard, and they showed off the Turks, Reno, Rude, Sang. They showed off Don Cornelis. They showed also the mini games where you have to pretty much play all these games to get different outfit parts in order for Cloud to dress up as a female in order to sneak in the brothel and everything to save Tifa. They showed a lot of things, and even things that we didn't expect to see, such as those shadowy figures once again, which I still don't know what the heck they are. And then of course we were introduced to a new character as well, who seemed to be part of Soldier, and I'm very curious to see what role he plays in the overall story of the Final Fantasy VII Remake. But I want to talk about this new footage that has been released specifically. They revealed the boss fight where you're using the sewer after you save Tifa from Don Cornelis, and it looks like they show actual combat, showing off what Aerith can do and also what Tifa can do. And I must say that, man, the more and more I see gameplay, the more and more I just want to just have a chance to actually play a demo or something like that. And it also answered a few of my questions in terms of the combat as well, and the summoning system. And that's what I also want to talk about, because the summoning system, and I said in my previous video, which I was curious about, I didn't know whether or not that if the summons were going to pretty much stay on the field and fight by your side, or were they going to do what traditional summons do in Final Fantasy, to where you summon them, they perform a special move, and after that they leave. But it seemed as though in this trailer, which they showing off, is that in fact that the summons actually stay on the field with you, and they actually have a meter. Now I believe the meter is pretty much like a time limit, I guess, of how long they can stay on the field with you. And it seems as though that Cloud has summoned, and the team has pretty much summoned Infrit. Infrit made it to the stage, and Infrit actually it's its own character. It's pretty much has its own AI, and it can attack. Now I think that you can command it to do its limit or its special, because I've seen that as Infrit was swinging, the Infrit wasn't really performing anything like its real powerful attack until near the end of the time gauge, and then he finally performed attack. So maybe it has something to do with the player, or it may have something more to do with the fact is that before they pretty much leave the field, they pretty much perform a powerful attack. So now I'm definitely looking forward to see how other summons are used in this game. I mean, I'm more so curious about, especially when we know Bahamut is going to be in this game. I wonder if Neo Bahamut and the rest of the Bahamut family is going to make an appearance in this game. So I wonder how would that work. Will he be in the sky somewhere and then he just constantly attack? So it seems like they had designed the stages with the summons in mind, and even they designed the stages with some of these bosses in mind, because you think about it, some of these bosses in Final Fantasy VII were quite huge or quite bizarre as far as their design is concerned. So it seems like as they designed these stages, they had to design the scale of these stages, the scope of these stages, to keep these type of monsters in mind, and even the basic monsters as well, because some of these monsters, like I said before, were quite huge, and they were quite strange in a way, and as far as the designs. So it seemed like that designing these stages, they really had to keep everything in mind. I know it had been quite tricky for the developers to think about how they would approach this while still keeping the true essence of these levels from the original Final Fantasy VII on the PS1. So I give them a ton of credit for what they're doing and how they are approaching this, because you really have to take a lot of things under consideration, because now that it's no longer turn-based and it's more action RPG more than anything, you definitely have to keep everything under consideration. And I noticed that in these more recent trailers is that that Cloud's not using his Buster Sword, he's using the other sword. I can't remember the name of it, The thing about this blade that he uses, I remember in the original one, that blade was strong, but you couldn't equip materia on that blade. So I wonder if they changed that in this game, because we have yet to know anything about how the materia system work. We see them. Oh, actually, I'm looking at the trailer right now. He has the materia, one materia attached to it. You only have one materia attached to the thing. But we still have yet to find out how the actual materia system work when you equip it. Is it only going to be equipable on weapons, but will it also be equipable on accessories as well? And also, what also got me curious about the combat as well is what I've played in like Dragon Quest Heroes and many other RPGs where you're allowed to switch in between, switch characters in between battles and stuff, is where while you perform chain combos, you can switch to the other character and perform more combos while the last character that you previously selected is still in the middle of their combo strings. So I wonder where you get like combo chain bonuses in this game. So I'm really curious to see how that works, because it seems like everything is really involved in the combat with this game. And speaking of combat, they also introduced to us classic mode as far as the combat is concerned. Now, I think this is something that they really thought about. Square Enix really thought about this. They knew that, hey, we want to get the old Final Fantasy VII fans back on board with this game. And I think they were very skeptical, and they was very afraid that they was going to turn away those fans, because the ones that want the game are the fans who pretty much played the game since the game was launched on PS1. So they don't want to get, scare those fans off while trying to gain new fans. So I believe that making this classic mode, they definitely thought about this like thoroughly, because with classic mode, if you don't know what this is a true traditional turn-based combat feature. This is where you pretty much don't take control of none of the characters. The characters will attack and make the actions on their own. All you have to do is wait for the ATB gauge to fill, and then you make out the commands like attack. And even the characters defend on their own. You can use attack. You can use items. You can use materia. You can use summon, just like the original Final Fantasy VII on the PS1. So you still had that. So they still gave those people that turn-based RPG feel to it, but in much more of a hybrid sense. So I think that's pretty cool. So now this will also not only just bring in those traditional turn-based fans, but it'll also may even give fans who don't like turn-based combat a chance to give it a try to see if they like turn-based now that they trying something much more different. And I think that's pretty cool. And also I think it also increases replayability, for the fact is that maybe you want to go through the game playing like the turn-based, or you can go through the game playing in the action RPG method. So you can play the game twice, and I think that's what I'm gonna pretty much do. I'm gonna try both modes, play through it in one way, which I'll play it in the default way, which is the action RPG way, and then I'm gonna run through it a second time and try out the turn-based and see if I like that, if they pretty much mastered that that direction as far as the combat is concerned. And not only that, they also showed off some more of the E3 build that they had, the demo of the bombing mission and everything, and it showed all the banter between Cloud and Barrett as well. And you could tell that the characters don't get along, and it definitely reflect that, is because, like I said, in the original, I love the relationship that Cloud and Barrett had with one another, especially at the beginning, how these two just didn't trust, Barrett mainly didn't trust Cloud, and Cloud was just an asshole at the beginning of the game. And you see that through the dialogue, and you can also, now that the characters have voices and the emoting, much more realistic and everything, you can see how much of a fanatic that Barrett is when it comes to the live stream and the planet. You can see how passionate he is, and that he wants to get rid of Shinra once and for all. It's different when you read it. You imagine how the characters speak and how they emote their feelings and everything, but now you actually see that he's very fanatical when it comes to the planet, when it comes to the live stream, when it comes to his mission and everything. And I like that aspect of it. And you can actually see that Cloud is pretty much even more of an asshole now is because you can actually hear it, you can see it, that he don't care. All he want is the money, and then he just want to get out of here. So you actually can feel it and see it. And I love the fact is that Jessie as well, she's adorable. She's really cute, man. And I like what they did with Jessie. You can tell that Jessie really has a thing for Cloud, and how she is very confident in herself, and how she's hitting on Cloud when you talk to her during the bombing mission. So I think that's also pretty cool, and I can't wait to see what more they're gonna do with Jessie, Biggs, and Wedge. And we have yet to see what Biggs and Wedge is capable of in the remake. But overall, man, the scope of the game is just looking wonderful, looking magnificent, man. And like I said, the mini game, they showed off how that works as well. That looks like it's going to be fun and everything. And overall, this package is going to just be amazing, man. But I definitely want to hear your thoughts on Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and what you think about the Tokyo Game Show gameplay. And also, I forgot to mention as well, they also showed off the menu system. The menu system looked cool, and Barrett looks badass without the glasses. I don't know why he has the shades on during the fight. They actually have him in the menu system without the shades. So let me know what you think about the menu system as well, and how you think they're gonna how do you think that the combat system is going to be? What mode are you going to choose? Are you going to choose the classic, or are you going to choose the I guess you could say the default action RPG mode when it comes to the combat? I definitely want to hear your playstyle of choice, and how you think this they're going to go about the materia system. Definitely hear your thoughts about that. And if you like this video and want to hear more on Final Fantasy 7 Remake and updates and news on it, definitely hit the bell to be notified. This is Mugen Lord signing off. See you Game Fiends later. Peace out. It looks like you reached the end of the video. Well, while you're at it, check out some of my other discussion videos by clicking on the annotations below, and don't forget to follow me on other social media platforms to stay up to date with future content. Signing off.